Welcome in, and it's part 2 of our first season in the Premier League with Wealdstone FC. To start off with, we've got Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. Now, although we have the home advantage in this tie, Newcastle are just going to be too good for us, really, and we're going to get beaten comfortably. We do score a couple of goals, though, so we don't go down without a fight, but 4-2 against Newcastle, and they're just too good for us. We're not losing focus of our goals here, though, which is Premier League survival, so a cup exit is nothing to worry about, really. However, our form of the last 5 games, we've had 4 losses, and that's going to prompt me to call a team meeting. We need to pick our players' morale back up, and a team meeting can often be a good way of getting the team morale up and playing at a better rate. Doesn't look like it's happening for us in the first game, though, with Carlos Alcaraz seeing red for a second bookable offence. However, we do hold on for a 0-0 draw away from home, which I would class as a good result for us, so not too bad. Home to Brentford for our next game, and we do have the return of Daniels for this game. The team morale appears to have improved, though, as we're going to run away with a 2-1 win against Brentford, and that gets us back on track in the win column. So potentially the team meeting is doing us good here. Pretty evenish game, and maybe they edged it in XG, but we'll take the win, and it moves us up to 10th in the league now with 18 points. So pretty happy about that. Up now, we play Everton at Goodison Park, trying to keep the win streak going. Gomez gets a real equaliser after Everton do take the lead. But then we're going to make it 2-1 with Gomez again. Daniels is going to chip in to make it 3-1. And we're going to get an away win at Goodison Park. So team meeting definitely seems to work. Got us back-to-back, well, a draw away from home, which I'd consider a very good result, and 2 back-to-back wins. Now, home to Man United. Didn't really think we were going to get a result here. Take an early 1-0 lead, and then we get a penalty. So slot this away, and we're 2-0 up at home to Manchester United. Now, didn't think we'd get some good results against some of the top teams, as we saw in the last in episode 1, where we got comfortably beaten by Arsenal, and then earlier we got beaten easily by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. If you look on the XG and the stats there, we deserved the win, up into 7th, and we take on West Ham now away. And again, any games that we play away from home and we avoid defeat is going to be a good result for us. And Housney slides this in to give us a 1-1 draw away from home. And again, the stats are pretty even. We're holding our own. We're not getting these fluky draws where I got back against the wall and that sort of thing. We're pretty much XG and stats-wise looks pretty even in a lot of these games. Back at home now, and we're playing Spurs, who, although you might think they're one of the top teams, I don't think they've done that well in FM in this save. Generally being in the bottom half, not really a title challenging team. We get a win here as well. Leave it till the 89th minute, but get a 2-1 win. This particular game, though, they did really deserve more out of the game than us, with a 2.24 XG compared to our 1. Bournemouth up next, away from home. And as I said, away ties are always going to be difficult, even when we're playing teams like Bournemouth, who probably not going to be up there at the end of the season. And they're going to come away with a 2-1 victory here. After the Bournemouth game, we do get to see what our youth intake looks like this season. And I can say it doesn't look very good at all. I think our best player was ranked or rated F, which is obviously abysmal. Our youth setup is still pretty weak, so not really expecting our youth system to provide us with any youngsters to do anything with, really. Now, we were missing quite a few players for this game. Dyson's out, Palmer's out, Fiorini's out, Elder's out, Morrison's suspended. So fitness wasn't great for those who did play, and we go to Anfield and lose 6-2. So get an absolute drubbing. So pulls us back down to earth a bit, but we're still doing well in the league, I would consider, at this point in the season. I would have probably pre-season predicted us to be more like 16th, but we're just outside the actual European places at the moment. If we made European football in our first season in the Premier League, that would be fantastic. I think it might be a bit unlikely, but if we carry on how we are, then anything could happen, really. Home tie against Fulham here, and there was a lot of goals in this game. Games seem to sway from one side to the other, but we always seem to have our noses in front and come away with a 4-3 win to take another win for us at home. Starting to notice some of the youngsters playing well for us, though, in particularly the left wing, Leitao. Popped up with another couple of goals here, so maybe he will be the replacement for Angel Gomez as we start to make our presence felt in the Premier League. Ninth in the league, though, 31 points. I mean, that's fantastic, 31 points after 20 games, so just over halfway through. So if we could finish anywhere near that, that would be fantastic. Up now, we are playing Leeds away from home. And you can see we lost 2-1 here as it's one of those games where I didn't capture it live, so I've had to go back and look at the goals. The same with Brighton. So 2-1 loss against Brighton. So back-to-back 2-1 losses, which I think is easily our most popular scoreline, whether we win or lose 2-1. There's been quite a few of them. What a fantastic hit by Yayo by Brighton to win the game, though. Then we are going to play Crystal Palace away in the FA Cup, and we're going to win 3-0. So we've actually done all right in the Cups. I think the board require us to get past the first round, so done that in both Cups. That's all right. 3-0 winner against Palace, and did not deserve it by the looks of the stats. So that result will be... the stats did not reflect how the game went at all. Now, this is a crazy game against Man City. I seem to remember having so many weird games against Man City, and this is another one. 6-5 it ended. I mean, we started off in the lead, and I thought, oh my God, we might get an away win against Man City. But then they pull it back, and then they take the lead, and then we come back, and we tie the game up. This game went through all sorts of scenarios. Ultimately, we end up losing, but at points I thought we were going to win. At points I thought we were going to get a draw. And even at points I thought we might get hammered. But as it turned out, it was a very close game. Great free kick by Lewis Daniels. That seems something that he's got in his locker for us, which is great. That goal looked a bit offside, but obviously it wasn't. And Man City do take the lead 6-4. We pull one back right in the last minute to make it 6-5, but it's not going to be enough. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is the end of this episode, and I'll see you in the next episode for part 3. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.